Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. We're here in the Kymiring in the Finland GP for qualifying in our Moto3 Championship in career mode. So we are here in the Kymiring. Now I'm be honest with you here, I'm not too sure how to pronounce the name of this track, so I'm sticking with the Kymiring for the time being. I've never actually seen this track before, of course it's brand new. It came out in MotoGP 20, and to be honest with you, I didn't really like it too much, and I'm still not a massive fan, but I'm not too sure on how to pronounce the name of this track. I don't know the corner names either, compared to the other rounds of the championship, such as the other 19 tracks in this 20-round championship. I know them extremely well, but this one, it eludes me a little bit, and I'm not very much experienced with it. I played a little bit last year in career mode, and that was pretty much it. So, we'll see how we get on with this one. I've not got high hopes, I'll be absolutely honest with you. Of course, we're still going to be running power setting 1. That has been our thing since Le Mans, and I've just invalidated a lap already here in the Kymiring, so that is a magnificent start. What I've always said, just because you've invalidated the lap does not mean you have to just immediately quit and go straight back to the flying lap or to restart back in the pit. We'll still continue to see where our race pace lies and see how we do. So just a quick mention as well, it's a little bit off topic, but it's somewhat still on topic as well. But I just want to quickly say a big thank you to all the support I've been receiving recently, especially for these MotoGP 21 career videos. I absolutely love making these, and I'm really glad you guys are enjoying the idea of the qualifying first at 4 PM and then the Grand Prix later on at 8. It's something different I wanted to do to sort of build it up the tension, build up the atmosphere, and I'm really glad you guys are enjoying it. So once again, big thanks for all the positive feedback and all the support I've been getting recently. Don't stop letting me know in the comment section down below what you want to see next. Don't hesitate to ever speak to me in the comment section. I'm always there, always happy to chat to the aces. So big thank you from me, and then let's jump in behind Giammamassia and see if we can catch a cheeky toe. After making that mistake earlier, I thought it'd be wise to just jump in behind the Red Bull KTM rider and see if we can utilise some of his speed. Of course, Giammamassia being a brilliant qualifier, and it's a great opportunity to stick in behind him, see where our competition lies. So the first lap is an absolute write-off, it's a 2:03.405. Pleased to see that my teammate Romano Fenati is currently leading the session with a 1:57.093. Of course, the Kymiring is also another track with a very, very long lap. So there you go, we have a 2-minute lap practically, or just beneath the 2-minute mark. We have Jeremy Alcoba ahead of us down there as well. Could get a slipstream here with Giammamassia, but I am very concerned with the power setting 1, because if we're not in the slipstream here, we are really going to struggle come at 8 PM tonight when we're going to be racing. It's going to be a tough one. You know, I'm pleased to say that it's going to be a tough one, because I don't like being the only one able to win. And of course, power setting 1 has been one of the best things to do on this channel, because I've not just been winning every single Grand Prix, thankfully, because of the added difficulty. So I don't want to be having just such an easy ride, and I don't think we'll get it here today in the Kymiring. So we'll see how we perform nonetheless. And I'm really keen to see how we do, because of course, a new track, it's new to me still, because I hardly touched it last year, to be honest with you. I did it 3 times in the career mode, or maybe 4 times, and that's only because I did 4 seasons. I might have skipped one of them because I crashed and I just retired from the race. When I used to do my own career modes, when I used to crash, depending on how heavy the crash would be, I would just retire from the Grand Prix. You know, trying to make it a little bit more realistic, of course, because I don't like it when you can just literally have a magnificent high side or a ridiculous crash and then just get back up on the motorcycle and just crack on. It's a little bit different for the content purposes, because if I just I just ended the video halfway through because I crashed, I think that would be a little bit shocking maybe, and a little bit disappointing, especially if it was only like 3 minutes in. You'd be prepared for a Grand Prix, but I guess that's realistic, because that's going to happen in real life. But as far as content goes, I don't think I'd do that as we go a little bit wide and off the track following Giammamassia. So following Giammamassia did indeed help. He set the fast lap of the session so far with a 1:56.213, and we were just 0.2 of a second behind, which is not too bad, which is also a little bit surprising, because it looks like Giammamassia much further ahead than just 0.2. Quick shout out to the race winner last time out in Assen, Pedro Acosta, currently in 4th place on a very fast Sector 1. We'll be hoping to do the same in a moment's time once Giammamassia takes me over the promised land and takes the fastest Sector 1, but I don't think it's going to happen for us. We have really fallen off from Giammamassia, and this is how crucial that slipstream was. We are losing a good couple of tenths just in this sector alone, just because we don't have that slipstream to Giammamassia. Giammasia may be held up here by Jeremy Alcoba, which is going to be a problem for him, but hopefully Jeremy Alcoba will see sense and get out of the Spaniard's way. So what do you guys think of this particular track? Is it one of your favourites? Are you enjoying it so far, or is it one of those ones you sort of skip? I think for me, my interest in this track is sort of not really there yet, because I don't know how the real riders have coped with it as of yet, because of course we haven't had a MotoGP race here in the Kymiring just as of today. So I don't know, maybe it's because I can't relate to it, as I've never seen a Grand Prix actually occur here, or it's just a case that I'm just not that big of a fan. Now, there are some amazing sectors like this one I quite enjoy. It's flinging in. It reminds me a little bit of like a very, very slow version of Phillip Island. Of course, you come from a very long, like quick change of pace, and then all of a sudden you have to chuck it in and go really braking hard. It's like coming into the Stoner corner for turn 3, and then it's a Honda for turn 4 of Phillip Island, but a much, much smaller scale. So we didn't manage to stay with Giammasia, and we got nowhere near to Jeremy Alcoba, but for now I'm going to try and make this a little bit more interesting. I'm going to save these 2 laps and move on to qualifying and see where we go, because I fancy being challenged here, and hopefully we go into Q1. So welcome back. It is now a clear sunny sky right here in the Kymiring for the Finnish GP. Moto 3 qualifying is about to get underway after some very, very successful practice sessions for a few of the riders. So we did in fact actually manage to make it through to qualifying 2 with ease. Sergio Garcia, Antonelli Foggia and Onchu come from Q1 to join the big boys in Q2. So I did only decide to do the 2 laps in free practice, and the reason why is because I wanted to be challenging qualifying. My logic behind it was, if this new track is obviously, it's still relatively new to me, I don't know it very well, I could be really challenged here to try and get a good qualifying, because I don't know it too much, I've not done my regular race pace, and I've not really got into each corner and really understood how to do it. And of course the racing line I absolutely hate in free practice, so I wanted to learn it properly in qualifying session with the pressure on to try and get into some decent positions. I was a little bit disappointed we didn't go into Q1, because I would have preferred to try and experience that there with a bit more added pressure to get some more decent positions. But for the time being, this track is actually a bit easier than I thought. I expected to have some major difficulty, and it didn't really happen. I was only like a couple of tenths down, and I didn't even think we had a good lap in free practice, but we did have the aid of Giammasia, of course. And now we do have Jeremy Alcoba further up the road, so we'll be able to use his slipstream, depending if he allows me to. Maybe he's going to slow down and let the Husqvarna get past. So we have a great section of track coming up now. I like to take a wider line and then bring it in sort of sweeping. I didn't go for the usual line there, but I did find that was a very good, successful line. Now I'd like to hold in tight here, really hug the apex and then flick it to the right. And annoyingly enough, we had the track limits warning there and we had the lap invalidated. And the reason why is because we touched the white line. Personally for me, I think that's a bit harsh, because I don't know if that really gives you a bit of an advantage, but if the game says so, the game says so and the game's correct, so I'll take that on the chin. So next lap we will try to beat our time now, because of course we're not going to set a single lap, and that is concerning because we only have 11 minutes remaining of the session, ladies and gentlemen. But the good news is Jeremy Alcoba is only a good couple of bike lengths away, so if we can get into his slipstream for the very, very crucial super long straight, then we could be in a very good chance here for a very, very good qualifying position. So let's see how things progress. Of course, Sergio Garcia is currently the fastest man on track right now with a 1:56.168. Now going into turn 4. The AI tends to go for a really wide line there, and I'm not too sure why. Trying to replicate that line as well, but unfortunately I went onto the rumble strip, so we were getting no toe on this one. And of course we can't even compare it to the previous lap time because that last lap time was invalidated, but we will see compared to Sergio Garcia's time now, 0.6 of a second down to Garcia. That is a little bit concerning as we run it really wide for turn 5, careful not to go on the outside of the track, and we go outside of the track. However, we sort of slowed up and the track limits didn't occur, so the lap wasn't invalidated. Let's see if we can still continue to push on. We'll give it everything we've got now, because I guess after making that big hash, we've technically already ruined the entire lap, but we'll still push on. You never know. It's a long qualifying session. We did lose a further 0.2 of a second there, and we're now 0.8 of a second behind Sergio Garcia's time. So the best we can look for right now is just within the 1:57s. So we're not going to go so tight to the left-hand side, although I do like to do that. We'll brake here for the right-hander of turn 11. Get onto the rumble strip there, it's quite nice. And then flick it to the left for turn 12. A nice tight corner, that one. Love that section of corner. That whole sector is probably my favourite sector of this track. Really, really like it. And then we actually gained quite a chunky amount of time there. Gained roughly about 3.5 tenths of a second as Darren Binder is on a fast 2 sectors. And then the fastest sector in sector 3. So keep an eye on Darren Binder. He could be going to the top of the time pages. As John McPhee now actually puts himself up there with a 156.138. We get Grant across the line. It's going to be a 156.471. So only 3 tenths of a second down from John McPhee. Pretty good, and a bit of a voice crack included as well. Nice one. So now Darren Binder did indeed take the top spot. He has a 156.105, so an amazing job from the South African, who seems to be really getting into the groove of this Moto3 season right now. Confidence is brewing. He took another podium last time out in Assen. He's really building the confidence up, and we have to keep an eye on him this season, especially as things develop towards the end of the season, because I tend to find the first couple of championship races are my best, and then towards the end of the season I tend to struggle a little bit. So tracks like Motegi, sometimes Malaysia, sometimes it can catch me out as we go a little bit too close to the inside there and we invalidated the lap, which is a damn shame because we were on a pretty funky lap there, and it's not going to come to fruition in this one. But I guess we're still up by 8 tenths of a second, so we'll continue to push on, continue to finish the lap, because just because it's invalidated does not mean we should stop trying. And we'll see if we can chase down Jeremy Alcoba and utilise his slipstream. He probably knows that's what we're trying to do here. We'll see if we can actually get behind him and use the Spaniard's slipstream. There's Alcoba. Looking forward to seeing him on the actual proper bike for the update in MotoGP. The MotoGP 21. Because of course it's roughly around the 15th to the 30th of this month. We should eventually see the Moto3 bikes updated. Fingers crossed it's going to be very soon, because I'm ready to see it. And if we do actually move up to Moto 2, I would be sad to not be able to see the Moto 3 races in actual their full glory. Maybe we'd have to come back to it and do another career mode at some point. As Dennis Onchu is now entering the pits, we are in a perfect position to get in behind Jeremy Alcoba, utilise his slipstream and hopefully go into the promised land with the pole position. However, we would have taken pole position if I hadn't made that mistake early. And speaking of mistakes, into turn 1, sliding the rear, look at the front tyre, it is positively glowing on the right hand side. That was trying to trail brake into a corner, which we didn't quite get the grip right. Now braking into turn 4, again the front tyre is looking a little bit warm, a little bit toasty. Now onto the rear of Jeremy Alcoba. We have to stay in with his slipstream here and really get a good feel, because the lap time in the top right hand corner of your screen right there, and ladies and gentlemen, is dropping significantly. Look at the time we gained. We were down by 4 tenths in that first sector, now it's even. But we're still 3 tenths of a second down, or at least 4 tenths of a second down to Darren Binder. Now going into turn 5. A little bit slow, a little bit more relaxed in that one, and that seems to have been very, very helpful. We're up by almost 4 tenths of a second, 5 tenths, 6 tenths of a second as we run it wide for turn 8. I really should have jumped into the pits to change tyres, but I couldn't pass up this opportunity to get in behind Jeremy Alcoba. Is that going to be the downfall of this session? Now into turn 9, utilising a bit of the rumble strip there, and Jeremy Alcoba's alongside us now, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to race, never mind doing a qualifying session. Going to go for a tighter line. Oh, just had to pick the motorcycle up as Jeremy Alcoba dives up on the inside. I'm going to be trying to get ahead of him. It's turned more into a race between these two. Contact made there, contact again. Now I'm going wide. He's invalidated the lap. Jeremy Alcoba, what are you doing? Grant tries to go over the inside. Oh my goodness. What a rivalry. Alcoba and Grant have seen. Oh, they've come to blows. They've come to blows, ladies and gentlemen. This is two miffed men right now. Now Alcoba's going to go over the inside, trying to go around the outside, and Alcoba's going to go wide. Alcoba's down! Oh my god. Argy Bargy in qualifying. Two men who have completely lost the rag now. Miffed between. Oh my goodness. I did not see that coming, not in a qualifying session. Grant is livid, and I think Jeremy Alcoba's pretty wild about that one as well. So after cooling off in the pits, had a bit of a Monster Energy drink and now straight back to it. I guess it should be Rockstar because I think that's who sponsors Husqvarna. But anyway, I've got a Monster Energy with me right now, so it's fitting to say it was a Monster. Behind our teammate Romano Fenati, that this could be really helpful. So fingers crossed we get in behind him and utilise his slipstream because we know how crucial it is. But I think Fenati's just blown it. That's his, oh my goodness, getting too close there between the two teammates. He has completely blown his chances of a decent qualifying position. He'll probably remain in 18th. However, we are up by 0.2 of a second in this first sector. I'm looking to see how much slipstream he gains just getting him behind me. We need to break here quite early and hopefully get into the next couple of sectors and start... Oh, I've completely messed it up. Oh, Grant's down! Session over. So unfortunately, our session ends in tears. Binder takes the top spot with John McPhee and Sergio Garcia on the front row. Oh, disappointing for Grant. I think he lost his temper, didn't he? He lost his confidence, he lost his bottle by fighting with Jeremy Alcoba, and now we're going to have to start from a very, very difficult position, which is not even in the first 3 rows, which is, devastating. 10th place for the Kymiring is going to be a tough one for us to swallow, but 8 PM tonight, guys, we'll be doing our race, so stay tuned for that one, and we'll see how we perform. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. And upon that note, guys, thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.